Hello YouTube. So what I have here is a Frigidaire Nugget Ice Maker. It's a countertop model. I think it's the larger capacity. And the problem that I've been having with it is, one, it needs regular maintenance, needed to be cleaned. It was getting kind of gross up in this top area. It was full of slime and water deposits and nastiness. But after a couple cleanings, I had one issue that stayed, that I couldn't clean enough. And that was that it was creating a horrible squealing noise. The reason for that horrible squealing noise is a buildup of minerals in this ice auger right here. This is the piece. It's got a kind of it's a big metal drill, you could say. This is where the ice gets formed and ground up and then spit out as ice. But what happens is, if you don't have soft water, if you have hard water like I have in my area, there's a lot of minerals in your water, and that deposits inside of the auger, mainly in this return line tubing, which you see the return line water from the auger comes out, goes into there, comes into this tube, goes into the auger, and then goes down into the drain line, which you'll see hanging off the back of your machine. There's the upper and the lower area, and this, in this case, was going to the upper. So there's a fix for this, as well as some modifications I made that I'll show you that make cleaning this machine so much easier. First thing is first, you have to get off all the covers. You see I already have them removed. There's a cover on the side, on the back, another one on this side, and one on the bottom. And you take these out by removing a number of screws on the bottom, which remove that bottom cover right there. And then once you have that removed, you can take 8 screws off the back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That removes the back cover. With the back cover and the bottom cover removed, you can remove a couple more screws to pull off the side cover, and then the other side cover. And then the top cover here is held on by a number of screws right here. I believe it's 6 or 7. And then you can remove the top cover. That being said, that is like over 30 or 40 screws just to get access to this one chamber that you'll need to clean all the time. So I recommend making a few changes. All you'll need is a small pair of side cutters. I liked using some pliers to help with snapping some pieces off that I'll show you in a second. And then you'll just need a screwdriver. Number 2 Phillips is standard. The way that you can make this way easier for yourself in the future for taking this apart is you can go to the side covers, which, when they're installed, look something like this on the side. You'll notice I've already removed this piece here. It's the top corner of the side cover, and you'll want to do that on both sides, kind of where this rounded spot is. The reason for that is because the thing you're going to take off the most to clean your machine is the top. The top has these tabs here, here, and here that click in when you put it in at an angle, like such. But the problem is, unless you take off every single cover, which includes the bottom and everything, this top piece won't come off. That's because if you don't remove that plastic, that little notch right there, this guy right here, interferes with the side, and you can't take it off. You have to disassemble your entire machine. So what I did is these screws that hold the top cover on, there, that screw in right here, and there, and there, I just took them out and I left them out. What that does is it lets you, with the machine fully assembled, unplug the power. You can simply lift up on the back and pull off the top, and then you can clean your machine. That is the first change I would make. Now, the second change I made is so that you can fix the squealing issue, which I'll get to in a second. That should be done, you probably clean your machine every couple months, right? Every 6 months or so, maybe longer, your machine will probably make the same awful squealing noise that mine was making. And to do that, you have to be a little bit more intrusive so that you can access this back tube. To do that, the same side covers, you can see right here is where I cut off the top tab. You can cut off these bottom tabs, and you'll see them on your own if you take them off. I've already taken mine off, but all I did was on this back corner, I took my side cutters and I made little cuts like so, about here, and then here, and then here. You can kind of see each spot where I made a cut. And then I just took my pliers and I grabbed each little tab that I had made and simply bent it down and snapped it off. The reason for that is you can leave the bottom installed. You don't have to turn your machine over and take all the screws out of the bottom. You can just, with the screws on the back taken out of this piece, you can just slide it back and off your machine. So once you make these modifications, once you cut off this piece, and this piece off of each side cover, you can just slide each cover off, with the exception of the back, which has exposed screws on the back, which you'll see when I'm done, and clean your machine. You don't have to take everything apart. That's what I found the most frustrating, and that's what keeps me from cleaning my machine as often as I should, honestly, which caused part of my problem. Now, as far as fixing the squealing goes, like I said, this tube is very important. We're about to take it off and clean it. I just cleaned mine, so it looks relatively clear. But you'll likely see yellow goo or white harder stuff in here, and that is the mineral deposits. So all you have to do is pinch here and pull down, and this tube will come right off. Same can be said about this connection to the drain tube, which comes down, and the tube that comes off of the auger itself. You just pinch it and pull it out. Once you've done that, I would recommend having a steam cleaner or something that can get water really hot, really pressurized, and just clean it out really good in your sink or in a bowl or whatever you have available, and reinstall it. From there, I took a measuring cup, wherever I put it, right here. I just took a measuring cup, I filled it maybe a quarter of a cup with white vinegar, filled it the rest of the way with hot water, and as hot as I could get it, and I steam cleaned with my steam cleaner right into this auger bit to try to loosen up any mineral deposits that I could. Because with this tube reinstalled, we can blow down as much filth and mineral and gunk as we can out of this auger to get it to drain through the drain line, and then use your hot water and vinegar to give it a couple flushes. Now, I did that about 3 times, so a total of 6 cups of hot water and vinegar, and my water started running clear. So I'm gonna throw all this back together and let's see if it sounds any better. Okay, before I have it all back together, I just wanted to show you how this side panel modification works for you. Instead of taking all of the screws out once you've tipped it over, all you have to do, for example, to reinstall it, is to do one-handed. Push it in to the side, to the front panel, like that. So I just pushed in from the side, and then give it a little push down, and now it's installed. And you should be able to take it off by tilting it out a little bit, kind of this direction, pulling it out, and then pulling up and away. You have to give it some force because these clips can feel pretty strong, but don't be daunted by it. Just give it a little bit of muscle and it'll click right out. As you can hear here, my ice machine is currently making ice. The compressor sound is normal. Squealing's gone, problem solved. So to conclude, summarize what we did here, we took all the panels off, all of them, starting with the bottom, then the back, sides, and the top. Took off this top cover to access the auger. With the auger access available, we disconnected that tube back there to clean out the mineral buildup. We rinsed it out. I blasted it out with a steam cleaner, and then I poured a mixture of hot water and vinegar through the auger. After that, I opened up the reservoir tank and I filled that with a mixture of 1/10 white vinegar and the rest of the way up with hot water. Ran a clean cycle, did one more flush, and then ran another clean cycle, and then ran an ice cycle. And now we're back to making ice. No squealing, no slime, clean, refreshed ice maker. And by making the panel modifications that I showed you with the top corner and the front and back of the side panel, I can just click these side panels back on, and the only screws I have to put back in are the 8 screws that go on the back for the back cover, which I have 2 of them in right now just so I can hold up these, but those are the only screws I'll have to put in. All of the other covers will just click on for easy removal for the next time that I need to clean my machine. If you have this problem, I highly recommend that when you take this all apart the first time, because you're going to have to, I highly recommend that you make these panel modifications. It's going to make owning this machine so much easier for you, and you are not going to regret it. Just take a look at the video, rewind if you need to, see where I made the cuts, make the same cuts. Like I said, all you need are side cutters and a pair of pliers and a Phillips head screwdriver. That's a $2 plier, a $2 side cutter, and a $2 screwdriver. Very cheap, very easy fix. Yeah, I hope that was helpful.